What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the finals of UPBA. I never thought I'd be saying those words, and I am ecstatic to be saying them. I really thought I was down for the count by week 5 of this league. We were sitting here at 1-4. We were horrible differential. We had been 6-0'd. We had been 5-0'd. It was the first step into Wi-Fi, and I was getting very jittery. I was getting very antsy, and I really was losing a lot. And I thought it was over midway through the season. And we managed to claw our way back, win every single game but one past week 5. And we find ourselves in finals today, upsetting the 2nd seed, the 3rd seed of this league, and finding ourselves in finals against ShadowStitch, who has also had a very impressive playoff run as well. Neither of us actually had the first round bye, but he was seated a little bit higher than I was. I am terrified because if you all have been following my UBL season that just ended recently, you knew that, well, I blew finals over there. I kind of messed up. I was on a roll and I stopped by making some questionable plays and making some maybe moves out of nerves over predictions, perhaps. I don't want to repeat that in this game. If I do, I will be pretty heartbroken. Not to say that I won't be upset if I lose, but I will be upset if I repeat the same mistakes as I did in the past. So we'll see how it goes. If you told me, 2 months ago that I would be in finals of this league, I would have thought you're insane. But it's here. It's happened. I've managed to surprise myself. I've managed to get past the horrible record I started with. And if that's a testament to just, never give up in a league, if there's hope, there's hope. There you go. Because there was hope. I took it. And somehow we're in finals. So I'm super ecstatic. This team, very interesting. Finally, we're going to get a live comp for finals. You're going to see the live comp. I haven't played the game yet. I'm playing it in a few hours. But I'm going to kind of deeply analyze the matchup and then deeply go into what the team is as well. If you don't like that, just want to see the live comp, feel free to skip ahead. But let's go into the team builder. Or the matchup, rather, is probably what we should look at first before I show you anything. So that's a little bit small, so maybe we can blow it up a little bit. Sure, it's a little blurry, sadly, but hopefully you all get the idea. We are facing Sun, which is a little bit terrifying. I can't think of a time in recent past I've played Sun in a serious finals game. I've definitely played it in kind of chiller leagues, but Stitch has been using Sun immaculately. This Venusaur has over 20 kills over the course of the season. Fair, it's been one of the longest seasons I've ever participated in ever, but still an insane number of kills for Venusaur. So I do expect to see Sun this game. He's been bringing it constantly. I actually don't think Venusaur is the greatest matchup against me. I do have super effective priority in Lapras. I think Mew can be an effective wall. I think Rotom can be an effective answer to Venusaur. I have Galewing's Talonflame. I have Galarian Weezing, which the best move Venusaur can hit me with is Sledge Bomb. I have Scarf Starmie, which could outspeed and revenge Venusaur. I have priority in Diggersby. But the reality is, and it doesn't do much to Registeel either, the reality is that he's been bringing it a lot. And I think that if I was in his position, I would not stop what has been working in the past just because the matchup is less than amazing. It's still a decent matchup for him in terms of Sun, but it's not the greatest I've ever seen. The real issue with Sun is not the Venusaur. The real issue is banded V-Creates from Victini in the Sun. My fire resists are Rotom, Terrakion, Starmie, Talonflame, and Guzzlord. That's it. None of those are really sufficient enough of a bulky fire resist to be taking banded V-Creates in the Sun. To be fair, not much takes banded V-Creates in the Sun. But for example, if I still had Milotic, that might have been a decent option, but I fucking hated Milotic. So I'm perfectly okay, but it just means we're going to have to play in a more offensive way than maybe I otherwise would want to every time Victini comes in. I have a few ways to scout for what the Victini is to see if it truly is banned, but I think it will be given what it just nukes me. Like, I just, like, take, like, I die. Something dies. So I have to be careful around that. Weavile is another interesting threat. I do have answers like Registeel, for example, which I could run Light Metal on to make Low Kick not do very much. I have Wheezing. Nonetheless, I still think it's going to come. I think that it's a great form of speed control for him that doesn't rely on Sun, and it's a great way to break Mew. So I imagine I'll see it coming, and it's probably going to be a little bit of an issue because I'm going to have to play a little bit more defensively around it, which he can take advantage of with his more offensive mons like Victini and Venusaur if he makes like smart doubles, for example. So that's not very fun. Buzzwole's an interesting one. I think that either Buzzwole or Runerigus is coming. I don't think both are coming. I think one of them is going to be built to be the Terrakion answer. I hope it's Buzzwole, but I think it'll be Runerigus. I did do some mocks with Vepsis the other day, and Runerigus was just destroying me, so I had to make some moderations to beat Runerigus a little bit more. But Buzzwole, max physically defensive set, is what I would say is most likely coming. If I see both Buzzwole and Runerigus, I would assume that Buzzwole is more offensive, but if I only see Buzzwole, I imagine it's built as the track answer / physically defensive mon, like Diggersby, for example. So I think if it comes, it'll be predictable as to what it is, but I don't think it'll be necessarily, like too difficult in terms of playing around. But I think it could come. Slowking, another very interesting mon that I think will come for momentum's sake at least. Teleport into Victini and Venusaur is very solid, but I sometimes wonder like what it's going to run necessarily, because I think it has to run Scald for stuff like, well, maybe it doesn't necessarily have to run Scald, but like, I don't know. Slowking and Sun seems kind of interesting to me. I don't have the greatest ways to beat it. Like, I have super effective moves in like Rotom Heat, Roserade, but they're all kind of special attackers, so if he brings like a Spadef or AV set, could be annoying to play around. But generally speaking, if he has Teleport, Slack Off, being limited to 2 moves isn't great for him here, because he would probably want like Toxic, and he would probably want like Psyshock, in which case like Guzzlord walls it, for example. So not really sure what Slowking's going to do, but I do expect to see it. I kind of just expect to see Victini, Weavile, Buzzwole, Slowking, Venusaur, Torkoal, and Runerigus. Those are the 7, I think, and I think he'll get 6 out of those 7. And I think it'll be between Buzzwole and Runerigus. Tornadus Incarnate, I didn't prep for. Largely because he's brought it once this season and picked it up like week 4. So I don't think it's that great. Hurricanes in the Sun, kind of ass. I imagine he won't prep for Talonflame either, to be fair. I haven't brought it since week 5, so those are kind of the 2 mons that are balancing each other out in terms of we haven't brought it in a long time. But that being said, Talonflame pressures him way more than Tornadus pressures me. Like, I gotta Rotom, so maybe you'll have to prep for Talonflame just a little bit. Aromatisse is another thing that could be an issue. I originally thought it was going to be bigger of an issue than what it actually was, but I can break it pretty easily. I don't think it's that big of a concern. If it comes, then it comes. Garbiter, I think, is a maybe. It's a very hard maybe. If it comes, it would not be a T-Spike set. It would be a Spike set, because I have 2 possible grounded poisons. I just can't see him bringing it for T-Spikes. Potentially a Pain Split set could work too, but I just feel like it's like Mew fodder and even like Turax setup fodder. So I don't think Garbiter comes, and then Double is a total wild card. I can't imagine myself ever bringing a Double to a finals. I don't know if Stitch would. I just think other things have better matchups. So that's what I'm thinking going to the matchup. I think it's the top 6, and then Runerigus is the 7th, and then he sort of picks 6 of those 7. Could be totally wrong on that, but that's what I sort of foresee. And that's kind of what I had going into planning. I think that's going to mean it's going to be an offensive game. I think it's going to mean that I'm going to be playing more defense than he is, which is a position that is a little bit scary, because I do think at my best I'm an offensive player, but I can't out-offense Venusaur and Banded Victini. I just can't. It's not possible. So I'm going to have to be very tactical. I'm going to have to try and break early and force certain things out early, and that's what I built the team around, to try and make him fumble around a little bit early by getting something in, to break early and maybe mess up his rhythm a little bit, to ideally get me up in numbers to the point in which I can scout win cons a little bit more efficiently, because it's hard to see at the very start, like, how am I going to win? If he's going to keep Sun, it changes how I play the game. If he's going to, you know, be banded Victini and go for that as an endgame situation, just taking all my mons in the end there, then that's going to be something I have to prep differently for. So, you know, if he tries to play a bulkier endgame with Slow King, then I have to be different around that too. So it's a little unsure. I'm unsure what he wants to do, but you know what? We are going to make it work. So let's get into what the team actually is. So we are here with our first set. It is a Citrus Berry Mew holding, Citrus Berry, with a very interesting moveset. We're having Overheat, Shadow Ball, U-Turn, and Soft Boiled. I was playing around with this set probably the most out of any set on the team, but I ultimately concluded that Overheat, Shadow Ball, U-Turn was the best combination of things. I would love to have knockoff on this Mew. Absolutely love it, but it means Runerigus walls it. So there's a few things I've done for Runerigus. I've put myself as Citrus Berry so that I, you know, won't get hit by Poltergeist anymore, which 2 it KOs me. Shadow Claw doesn't, so I'm not scared of Shadow Claw. And then I ran Shadow Ball instead of knockoff because I think that it, you know, could have the odds of a drop. It could have the odds of just doing more damage because it's a physically defensive mon and it'll be built physically defensive for Terrakion. Overheat is there because I want to hit Buzzwole and Venusaur. This is my main Venusaur check. It's max Spadef basically, but some speed to outspeed modest Venusaur outside of Sun, I think, and also Adamant Buzzwole. And you might be asking, why not just bring a Psychic move? Because that hits Buzzwole and Venusaur. Well, I don't want to give him a free swap in into Weavile if he predicts me to go for a Psychic move. Like, if I go for a Psychic move on Buzzwole, and Stitch is like, oh, a Psychic move is coming out here, let's go into Weavile and, like, get offense on our side, I want to, like, surprise him and click Overheat instead so that I can, like, really kick some butt. I don't necessarily think that I have to worry about the Spatak drop because I have U-Turn just pivot out of it, so yeah. The next mon is Choice Scarf Terrakion. A lot of back and forth about whether I should bring this mon because he does have solid answers for it in Runerigus and Buzzwole, but I actually think that the build that I have is going to hopefully bait them out earlier, at least force them to take a lot of prior chips so that Terrakion can be an endgame cleaner once a lot of the mons are chipped. I also felt that Terrakion being Scarf was necessary to revenge things like Weavile, which my other option would have been Talonflame, which just hits like a wet noodle. So we were hitting Edge, Close Combat, Aerial Ace, and Stealth Rock. Aerial Ace is for the Buzzwole, and then Stone Edge and Close Combat basically hits the rest of the team. The only thing it wouldn't hit, obviously, is the Runerigus, which I can't hit otherwise. It doesn't get any kind of dark move or anything like that. So if a Runerigus is there, and I think it's pretty obvious it's coming in, I'm just going to go for Rocks, get Residual Chip over time. It's getting me information on what's boots, what's not boots, because Stitch has been bringing sort of choiced items on things like Victini and Weavile. So I'm, you know, it's possible that neither of them are going to be boots or one of them won't be boots. So I want to be able to have hazard stacking in this game, and Terrakion is just one of many hazard stackers on this build to try and sort of subvert as much pivoting momentum he can get as possible. The next mon on this team is Weezing. This is the main answer to Weavile. So the main answer to Venusaur was Mew. The main answer to Weavile is this Weezing. It's literally max Phys Def with Rocky Helmet for triple axle hits, holding, or having the moves rather, Sludge Bomb, Flamethrower, Toxic Spikes, Pain Split. Now you might be asking, why would you run T-Spikes when he has a grounded poison? That's Venusaur, that's like definitely coming. I want to get Venusaur out early, right? So he has to choose between whether he wants to get Venusaur out early and make it take damage and, you know, give me an opportunity to break it in exchange for him absorbing the T-Spikes, or he won't be able to send out Venusaur early and things will get poisoned. I like it here as well just because in certain mocks, Venusaur has gone down early, and T-Spikes does very well afterwards to things like Slow King, to things like Runerigus if it's not Rest, to things like Buzzwole, so it is very, very solid. And then Sludge Bomb Flamethrower hits virtually everything else, with the exception of, again, Runerigus, but I can't do much to it anyway. I don't have room for, like, Dark Pulse or something. And then Pain Split's just for recovery. So Hot Pockets is going to be our early game breaker. We're holding the leftovers, we're not boots, because I plan on leading this like 9 out of 10 times, unless he brings something I really don't expect. This is going to be kind of an early game breaker. From what I've seen in his past games, Stitch tends to lead, not necessarily passively, but definitely he prioritizes things like his rocks or his spikes on Garbodor, for example. I want to take advantage for that and just Nasty Plot turn 1 if I'm possibly able to. Nasty Plot, Overheat, Thunderbolt hits his entire team for super effective damage, and well, not super effective damage, but you know, either a ton of damage or super effective damage. So Slowking's getting blown back by a +2 Thunderbolt. Torkoal's getting blown back by a +2 Thunderbolt. A ton of things are. Even Victini, I think after 1 V-Create dies to a +2 Thunderbolt as well. So that's important as well if he leads Victini and tries to just like V-Create me turn 1 or something. I do have Protect on Hot Pockets because I don't think that Victini is going to have any kind of non-attacking move. I think it needs 4 moves. I think it needs like U-Turn, Bolt Strike, V-Create, and then either Zen or Dazzling Gleam, depending on whether he wants to hit Rotom or Guzzlord. So going for Protect and seeing... Basically, if I go for Protect turn 1, he leads Victini, and he goes for Zen Headbutt that turn 1, I'm switching out to Guzzlord, because Banded Zen Headbutt is the only thing that 2-hit KOs this Rotom. And obviously, a T-Bolt wouldn't be worth it at that point. If I can Protect and he goes for U-Turn, then I know I can safely Nasty Plot. So that's kind of the idea behind it. Otherwise, Nasty Plot, Overheat, Thunderbolt just should, like, really fluster him early. Like, I don't know what he's going to choose to sack if I manage to get this up early, but he'll have to sack something, I feel like. So we'll see, but I really, really feel like there's decent odds that I'm going to at least take a kill very early in the game with this set, which is good because his team has a little bit more, not synergy, but coheres a little bit more together. For example, if he loses Torkoal, Venusaur becomes less of an issue. If he loses Slowking, then you know, he starts losing some Spadef capabilities on his team. If he loses Buzzwole, for example, Terrakion goes off. So if he loses Runerigus, Terrakion goes off. If he loses Weavile, if he loses Victini, there's just going to be some piece of the puzzle that I'm going to cause him to miss. I just don't know what it's going to be, and I don't really care what it's going to be. I'm going to have to adapt on the fly, but I think this Rotom is built to at least take out one thing, you know, when I can. The next mon is Roserade. We are bringing Wide Lens on this so we do not miss. Knock on wood, because 99% accurate Leaf Storm still can miss, and that happened once in the mock against Vepsis, and it was hilarious. But yes, we are running Wide Lens because I do not want to miss the Leaf Storm if I find myself in an absolute necessary position to break the Slowking. As you can tell, I don't have a ton of ways to do it, especially if Rotom's going to go down early. And then Sleep Powder is very nice and very spammable as well. Spikes is the other thing that I really like here. I really appreciate the ability to, again, ship things like Weavile and Victini. If he's not boots on either Weavile and Victini, and I get Spikes and Rocks up, it's only going to be able to switch in like 2 more times. So I find that extremely valuable. And when it's going, when I'm able to bring in like Wheezing on Weavile and force it out, or I'm able to force Victini to get the drops on V-Create, it's going to be forced out if it doesn't just want to straight up die. So I think that spikes are very nice here. It is a very nice thing to spam if something's asleep and just kind of sleeping in front of me. I like that a lot too. So yeah, spikes are cool. Just more residual chip is spectacular against this team. Final mon is Guzzlord. Yes, we are bringing Guzzlord to finals. I've never done this before. I've drafted Guzzlord numerous times. I mean, I feel like people know me for Guzzlord at this point. Although Q is also now basically a big Guzzlord person because of his game against Leo. But, Guzzlord. I love Guzzlord. And I've never won a championship with it on the winning championships team. I've won a championship with Guzzlord on the draft, but I've never won a championship with Guzzlord on the finals build. So we're going to make that happen today. Knock off Fire Blast, Heavy Slam should hopefully hit everything. Heavy Slam is basically for the Aromatisse and an accurate option against Weavile. Otherwise, Knock Off is super spammable and super nice. Fire Blast is nice against the Venusaur and the Buzzwole, for example. And then Lefty's Protect is what I am, so I can scout for choice items, so I can get residual leftovers recovery. This is hopefully my main switch into Victini. If it's in the sun, I'm still 2-hit KO'd by a Banded Adamant V-Create, but if I'm not in the sun, then a Banded Adamant V-Create does not do a KO me. So I can switch this in maybe once or twice, depending on what happens. It's basically max defense, max Spadef, and is relaxed nature, so plus defense minus speed. With that, still, I believe I take 2 modest Life Orb Sledge Bombs from Venusaur as well. So this thing's just tanky. I can use it basically to trade 1-for-1 with something if I so desire. or use it as just a sponge to come in, force a knockoff, and then maybe you do it one more time and die. That's okay, though, because Guzzlord's role is to hopefully spam knockoff and hopefully force him to switch a little bit more often. Protect is also just nice in general. So that's the team. We are bringing these 6 mons. So I'm nervous. You know, we're not bringing Starmie. We're not bringing Talonflame. We're not bringing Diggersby. We don't have a single pivoter on this team outside of Mew. So a little bit not what I'm entirely used to, but I do think this is the best build going into this. I feel like I have a comfortable answer to Venusaur. I feel like I have a comfortable answer to Weavile. And I feel like I have a comfortable-ish answer to Victini in things like Sword. So hopefully it ends up working out. I am more confident in this build than I was in my UBL build because I think my matchup is better. So we'll see. But it could go anyone's way. It's finals. It's super unpredictable. But I'm nervous. We'll see how it goes. Okay. See you all in the battle. UPBA finals. Let's go. You saw the team in the team builder. I'm horrified. But we're going to do great. Everything's going to be wonderful. Shout out to my front office, some of whom are watching. I did some mocks with Elias. I did some team building with Chris. I did some mocks with Heath. Oh, they found each other so quickly. I'm horrified. Okay. I expect to see Victini, Weavile, Slowking, Runerigus, Venusaur, Torkoal. Those are the 6 I have in my team builder right now. Take out my headphones. Buzzwole, maybe. Gotta say good luck, have fun. I almost didn't say good luck, have fun. Let's do this. 9 times out of 10 I should be leading Rotom unless something bizarre comes. I don't even know what that would be. But I don't know. If I really feel like Slowking, Spec Slowking is coming out. There's no Runerigus. I'm thrilled. I said to my front office, I said if there's no Runerigus, I'm gonna be so happy. Oh, baby. So Buzzwole comes instead. That means Buzzwole has to be the Terrax swap in then. 100%. Yeah, Buzzwole's the Terrax swap in. Because otherwise there's no Terrax answer. It would be good against Diggersby. Yeah, Buzzwole is gonna be defensive this game. Life Orb, Venusaur probably, Torkoal. I think this is Mana Victini. I'm gonna have to scout. Could be Choice to Weavile. I think the play is still lead Rotom. I don't think anything changes. Bringing Guzzlord in finals too. I'm so excited. I did lead Rotom, right? That would be a tragic mistake. I think I clicked too fast, but oh well. I'm gonna see what he does. I'm gonna put my hair up. No, maybe. I'm gonna put my hair up because it's kind of hot and it's in the way. It might make my hair look messy, but I don't care. Let's see what he does. He's really taking his time. Alright, there we go. Nice trainer card. Lead Torkoal. Firestorm. That's a Victini. Okay. I'm okay with this. I think the play is to protect on the off chance this is Banded Zed Headbutt. I made the protect change very last minute, but we'll be able to see. Protect. Goes for U-turn. Okay. So either he's not banned and Zen doesn't two-shot me, or that's always the play. Or he's banned and we'll see here. U-turn did 144 to 18, 26. That's banded, possibly adamant. I think 26 is a min roll on adamant band, max roll on, yeah. Okay. Slowking. What's +2 T-Bolt looking like? If he's max defense, it's a roll in his favor. Max special defense, I mean, but we're still gonna go for it, because this thing should be dead, hopefully. This thing dying would be big, I should say. No rocks up on his side. This could kill. I wish I invested more in special attack, but it still could. T-Bolt. Kill. It kills. Fuck yeah. Oh, it crits. Okay, it was a roll. If it was speed def, if it's max speed def. I mean, if it's AV, then I just got lucky. But if it's max speed def, I had a 44% chance to KO there, and Skull didn't kill me. I guess he could, like, I don't know what he could have done. There's Torkoal. I'm just gonna T-Bolt this too. Right? Yeah. If he's speed def, this won't kill. He's not speed def. Let's fucking go, Rotom! This is an amazing start to this game. Oh my god, this is amazing. This is so good. Okay, if Venusaur comes in here, do I just take the damage? Sludge Bomb never KOs me, even if it's modest life orb. There's nothing else it gets, right? I would know if there was something else it gets. Elias would have brought it against me and told me about it. If this thing busts out, like, Meteor Beam, I will kill Elias. He has to go Venusaur, right? No, he is Victini. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna protect here. I don't think there's any reason not to, and stalling out Sun, there's no reason, again, not to stall out Sun. So let's protect here. V-Create. Victini, Banded V-Create in the Sun does KO me. So is there something more important? Because Rotom still does a lot. It's still at full. He doesn't have rocks. This is important. I think it sucks, but I think it's Guzzlord that has to come in here. There's V-Create. Yeah, that's banded. But with Slowking gone and no Runerigus, I don't think it's that necessary for me to, let's protect here. Again, no reason not to. I don't see him going into anything else. I think he would just take the kill. Stalling out Sun is huge. And we'll get to see if it's Heat Rock or not. There's V-Create. This thing's a monster, but without Torkoal... Okay. I have time here. Let me just take a look how many Sun turns he has left. 1 out of... I don't understand what that means. I think it means that if it's Heat Rock, it would die now. Maybe? I have to see. Is there a reason not to protect again? Just go for the double protect. This is 100% banded. No reason not to. I fail. That's fine. V-Create here. So Slowking is dead, and so is Torkoal. So is Guzzlord. But without Sun, Venusaur sucks. So that's cool. What revenges this now? It's -2. Terrakion looks nice. Rotom honestly looks better. I mean, does T-Bolt KO at -2? Maybe not. I could protect again, though, pretty safely, and nothing would happen. V-Create in the Sun to Rotom does very little. Could also go into Terrak and just edge, figure out what this Buzzwole is. Is edge better? I almost want to go for rocks. I know I don't need to predict right now, but Buzzwole's so obvious. He can't let this go down. And I would also like to trick him into thinking that I'm not. Recreate in the sun. I'm just gonna edge. I'm a little nervous. Yeah, okay. Maybe I could have rocks there. But I know that this is choice band. There's Bane. That's okay though. Again, without the sun, this is fine. I missed Stone Edge, so I don't know what this is, but that's fine. I could go into Isambard here. Wouldn't be a bad idea. I could also go into Masquerade and try and sleep powder this thing, which I also don't hate, because I want this alive for Weavile. Actually, no, I can go Hot Pockets here. Totally. I could totally go Hot Pockets here. Damn, okay, maybe I should have gone Weezing. Toxic, okay. So what's the better move here? This is Heat Rock. Looks like there's one turn left too. So I could just fire off an Overheat here. Get some damage off on something. I could also just T-Bolt. I think I'm gonna T-Bolt. I don't think he... Yeah, he swaps out. Go into who? Firestorm? That's fine. T-Bolt here does that much. Harsh Sunlight is gone. So I could Protect to see what this locks into. But I'd be losing health. But V-Create should never kill me, even after this Toxic Chip, I think. 117, it might actually. Let me just T-Bolt again, to be honest. There's a V-Create. This shouldn't kill. I should live barely. Good. And this should be dead. This should be dead, 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 dead. Fuck yes. Okay. Few more mons to take care of. No sun for Venusaur. Do I want to keep Rotom alive? It's a free Overheat. It's like a free kill on something on a free switch, which I do like. Because it'll outspeed Buzzwole and it should outspeed Venusaur. Okay, there's Weavile. I'm just going to go into Weezing. I feel like I have no reason not to. Even if he SDs, I should take a hit. Knockoff, it's fine. Flamethrower hits everything super effectively. T-Spikes is another option, but I think Flamethrower is better. Switches out, goes into who? Venusaur or Buzzwole? Ivy sounds like a Venusaur name. Then I can go Mew and click Overheat real easily. Burn. No, burn. That's fine though. Could also go Rose Raid. I don't know what Rose Raid does for me here, to be honest. But isn't it just better to go Mew? Yeah, because I actually would like to consume my... I should calc with that damage. That didn't look like banded damage, though. Sludge Bomb. Ideally, do not poison me, but... Okay, I don't get poisoned. That's pretty nice. I can Overheat here. Right? Let's do it. I think his play is going to be trying to... Okay, nope. We can just Overheat. Venusaur, kill it. So now he has two options. He can either go... Buzzwole, try and live a hit, Leech Life me, or he can go Weavile again here. He goes Weavile. Differential doesn't matter. I think Masquerade is useless here. And the reason I say that is because I don't want to go into Isambard and then get like crit triple axled and then be in a shitty situation. I think this is useless. I think. And I can get the poison point off. I think I like Mew more because it gives me a kill if I find a way in on Buzzwole. But Roserade does not do the same. If he SDs, then we might have an issue. But it's not the worst issue. Because, one, I think he's going to triple axle here in case I'm Sash. Two, I could get a poison point because of that. Give me a poison point. Nice. Okay, so Weavile's going to kill Roserade. SD was smart on his part. So he's Axle Knock. Is he not low kick then? He's got to be low kick for Registeel. Or Brick Break or something. Okay, so we're going to go into Lancaster. We are going to press the... Do we have any reason to click anything but the close combat button? I don't think so. Even if he goes Buzzwole here, I have swap-ins. Does Mew take a... This thing is a scary thing to deal with. Swaps out. I can never let this thing SD again. This is gonna do nothing, but that's okay. His helmet. So, I think the next course of action is to go Rotom. Good double. But if he doubles, then Rotom dies to poison. Maybe. And then I can go Weezing. So let's go Rotom. It's not a lot of Drain Punch recovery. Now I have two choices. I can go into Mew and just fire off an Overheat. I think that's the play. I didn't see what he got. That was irresponsible of me. Let's go into Mew, fire off an Overheat. I think his play is to go into Weavile for a miss. Or just hope he lives this. Protects. I don't like that. I think I still keep overheating though. Drain Punch, Toxic, Protect. Huh. So does this kill? It does not. Does he Roost? Toxics. Okay. Does a Shadow Ball kill him from this range? After the poison, it should. %? Come on, it's gotta do 5%. Yeah. U-turn doesn't kill though. Swaps out. But I think I win. I think I win. Because I should win. I U-turn here. If he SDs... Oh, I'm Citrus. Knock wouldn't even kill. Fuck yes. Let's go. It might kill, actually, but it doesn't matter. I still think I U-turn. Because it's guaranteed damage, and it's slow, and then I can go into Tarak, and since Buzzwole's super chipped, I win the game, and I win the league. Please. Please, 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 please. Please. Knockoff should never kill. Good. U-turn here. It kills, and I think we win. I don't think it mattered because Ice Shard doesn't kill me. And U-turn had a chance to kill if he was... It actually definitely killed if he was no HP investment. So I just go into Tarak and I click the accurate move, which is... Do I risk it all on a Stone Edge? No, I don't. But Tarak has been such an up and down thing this season that... do I want to give it a CC? Let's click the CC button. It's just so much more satisfying. Yes! Let's go! Let's go! Fuck yes. I can't believe I just won this league. 1-4 to the winner after 16 fucking weeks. We are the champions of the UPBA. Thank you so much to my front office. Like, I would be screwed. And thanks so much to Galadite, too, for, like, you know, trading me Rotom Heat at the start of the season. Kind of like a broken mon that helped me out at the start of this. I had to play that with sacks and stuff. I wasn't concerned about differential there because I thought that differential doesn't matter. I will sack Rosary. I didn't think it had utility. So, yeah, that was what I did. Maybe it was a misplay, but it ended up working out fine because of Scarf Tarak, which is awesome. So no Runerigus was absolutely huge this game because it let Tarak do the Revenging thing. That's amazing. Oh my god, I can't believe I just won this league. I don't know what to do. Oh my god, my friends are in a call. I'm gonna go celebrate, and thank you all for staying with me this long. It's been a grueling long season. I don't know if I have the energy to do a season this long ever again, but first Wi-Fi championship. First league that I joined on Wi-Fi and first championship. And to say I was in finals for both UBL and UPBA definitely like makes me feel really good about how I've done this sort of season or stretch of leagues on the channel. So here's to hopefully some more battles like this. Great game to ShadowStitch. Go check out his channel. Sorry, I've been so nervous. I've been terrified. Please go check out ShadowStitch's side of the game. I'm sure he had great reactions and great sets as well. But I'm so happy we did this. Yes, go check him out. He's like a super happy, like jovial guy. He's awesome. So go check him out. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna go now. Thank you for watching. I don't know how to end a video like this. Okay, cool. Bye.